I'm not really a professor in such manners that Roxy perceives. I'm just an idea of experience of humanity, and I have great ability to translate that because I was a human. What is that, Ainsley? Thank you. Muted now. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, I'm not really a professor in that idea, but she likes to call me that because that's how you view us. All right. Vibration. Roxy, waking up this morning with a whole bunch of ideas running through her head. I very much think you guys did the same. You start feeling different thoughts, okay? When you're going to experience vibration, the way it's going to come through in initiation most likely is lucid dreaming, hanging out in your bed a little bit longer, falling asleep, waking up, and just let those thoughts flow. And when you are aware of you're in that state, stay in that state. What's going to shut that state down? Thinking about it.
Sure.
The immediacy of it making into something more valuable than what it is to the construct of a fractal mind being that idea, bringing those thunderous vibrations of repetition into that idea world and changing that world instantaneously. The world is changing instantaneously and constantly changing instantaneously because of you, because of the God that you are. Every micro vibration of interpretation that you behold at whatever conscious level you choose to value it changes your world. And of course, in habit, you keep the world the same. Remember that old saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. No, they're changing through the idea cycle to return home because no one wants to have the big balls to change things for themselves. But there are ball-worthy people, the class before us, that is changing the entire collective. Not only is Nicole changing her world through her fears individually for herself, the byproduct of that is the prism. And the prism, therefore, gives her the idea of the world having a choice to understand themselves through the direct perspective that she gives to the prism. In other words, it's felt in experience, not surmised in theory from an individual. Nancy, that's you. I'm going to mute you, darling. Okay, so what I want to say is this. Last night, we talked a lot about the next level of vibration, and we're going to add some honing skills to that. I want you to understand. Let's think about something in the time frame. Okay, let's play with Nicole. Since Nicole's on a big adventure, she is absolutely going to Oz. You know, just like, fuck it, I'm with a man I don't know. Holy shit, what the fuck am I doing? Well, you don't need to know him. You don't need to know him. But what happens is, as soon as she puts that thought of time, not only does the vibration of the total awareness we taught you about last night bring in the possibilities for her to choose that what she understands about the thought of fear that she's energizing with value, importance. What else comes into her vibrational emotional status is everything in the past that equates to that level of fear. Not only the fear about the outcome, but everything about that strength of fear. The details, once again, guys, is how you fucking view it. But it's the vibration, and it's a very large band of vibration that she brings into her little tiny world about I'm with a guy. I don't know. I'm going to the unknown. I'm not safe. I'm not secure. My mom is this. Everyone is that. What the fuck? And all of that brings the entire thunder down upon her world of vibration. But of course, she's a master now, and she can understand the allowance and keep journeying. And thus far, in her days now, in a short amount of time, I'm going to talk about time here in a minute. Now, hang on now. In a short amount of time, she's still alive. She's still, let's say, safe. She's still secure, and she's still intrigued, and she's still adventurous, and she's still most certainly realizing she's falling in love. She is falling in love. The same with Grisa, obviously Janine and Nicholas there sleeping on the beautiful ass of Janine right now is allowed to feel that love because they have open themselves up to that love. Therefore, there are no filters in that love, and that's what the idea of Grisa and Rebecca are doing, and also Carl and Nicole. But the masters have humility, and they allow themselves to be the vibration of the humility so they can expose their own limits to themselves and understand those vibrations. So she brings the time element into it. Now, here's what happens with time. I want you to understand when you put time on something, if there's not enough fucking investment, the scarier it is. For some reason, the amount of time at some place shows safety. You've only known him for 3 days, as opposed to, I've known him for a year. What the fuck? Do you see? That time gives you courage to allow it to, because you've invested time as a value. So therefore the fears diminish just because you brought the vibration of estimating investment time into that now of construct, and it's a brand new fucking now. You guys just met. You gave yourself a memory of a year. Ha! And it's the same now from a different point of view. That's what vibration does for the emotional self. That's how it logicals itself. Because for some reason, investment in time not only harbors safety, what else does it harbor? Automatically in your vibrational thought context on how you receive that moment of reality, responsibility. I got 10 years invested in this marriage. I'm going to tough it out. The fuck you do? Responsibility. Time wasted then. See, all these attributes about time have a construct with your own well-being. And whenever you think of the scenario, you have to think of every single vibration that you bring into that scenario that has having an effect on you vibrationally because of your interpretation of the whole picture. And you're not seeing 70 or 80% of the fucking vibrations that are present because you're paying attention to the construct of the important one. So therefore, so much is missed. Because the conscious self is so pinpointed in solvation because you have a trigger, and that trigger has to be solved, and therefore you have tunnel vision upon the idea of the causality. But the causality is everything. It's a whole big painting. Every now is circumferencing enclosed in itself as perfect, with the now available as forever. At the same time, it is what it is, and it is what it can be, all nows. So, if Nicole stays with this idea, Carl, for another week, doesn't lose her mind, which she's not going to, we know that. But then she gets, what does she get? More comfortable. Because the familiarity with the unknown becomes more safe and secure because she's a defensive mechanism and automatic because the knowledge of that idea of an unknown must be periled in the viewship of fear. But since Carl had a vibration around him, a history of investment with a group that she belongs to, the defenses drop to a certain level, vibration, because of that view saying this part's okay, this part's okay, this part's okay, but this part's not, and this part's not, and this part's not. But I allow the interaction to occur because enough is convincing my scared self of vibrational defenses to allow the interaction to occur with a no commitment pace. That was her fortifying idea. Look at the realities. Look at what the vibrations automatically enact in you. All the time. No wonder it's fucking, it's futile to fucking think. Because you guys are starting to realize the thinking is one little idea of 1,000, all encompassed in the same now. As soon as you think of A has A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z attached to it. But you can only have A because you're looking for B, because A triggered something. But see, Nicole and Carl know each other forever. They've spent lifetimes together, much like Nicodemus and Giselle there. They spent time on Earth together. They spent time in the galactics together. They spent time, all of you guys have spent time, if you will, in investment with each other. But since the construct of humanity starts from a standpoint of separation, that which comes in unknown must be prodded, poked, tested, defended against, until the summation in comforted numbers, whether it's your comforting idea of history or enough people around you say, this is safe. Because Nicole would have not hesitated as much as she did or had such breakdowns if there were other vibrational idea, safety, and security points present in the moment in the picture vibration of Carl. It would have been easier, but it doesn't matter. In other words, if he had, let's say, all the money, but he does, just doesn't have it now. But every now, he has all the money. Because Carl understands money. So that would have given a little bit more comfort. But she was brave enough to take that vibration and accept that in her and allow herself to experience the unknown. These are the things that you guys are constantly doing. Constantly in your vibration. Should I do this? What about that? And this and that. And then you bring all these vibrations into the mixed master of the mind, and the mind depletes it in the idea of whatever is valuable, and those are brought up to the conscious self, and the rest is discarded in fucking recycle. Trash can. Whatever you want to call it. And those vibrations are not noticed. But the more and more you guys master yourself in the allowance, then you have no intention, pinpoint, focus. You're already focused. That's why your fucking reality is around you. It can't be here unless you've already focused on it. Yes. So see what's there, and the way is big eyes, not pinpointed eyes. Pinpointed eyes are causality of value, treasure, measurement, polarity. You can't see the other side of things. But as Nicole journeys, as Janine and Nicholas journeyed to get to this point, they allowed themselves to bring the big picture in and to give them a stabilization when the shit pops up. So it's this nice measure. They freak out. They get mad. They're scared. They want to reject. Janine wanted to reject it. She didn't deserve it. How the fuck can she deserve this gorgeous blue-eyed chap that everyone loves? And great body, by the way, Nick. Just extraordinary body. You know? And how does she not, how does she deserve that when her whole life is not deserving? That's a tough son of a bitch. Because everything constructed around every single thought that this is actually happening has to fortify the idea of time, because her most valued treasure of her framework is I don't deserve. So every vibration that is that picturesque right there comes up and just yells at it. You don't deserve it. You can't do this. This is going to happen. They're not going to reach out. And 1,000 things just thunder in your mind. And allowance dissipates it. But if you get freaked out, like Nicole had a breakdown, fuck, good, get it out. Because Nicole, just like Janine and Nikki flipped out too, had masters in front of them. I'm going to say that again. They had masters in front of them that allowed them to have the conniption and scream and holler, and didn't take it fucking personally, because that would take the vibration of objectivity and bring it into the personal world as they are being attacked. And they're not, because there's no victimization. It's a fucking sounding board at that time. Get it out. Get it out. I'm here for you. Get it the fuck out. And they did, because they had masters that allowed that. That is the meek. That is where very few tread to allow that to happen. And you do that. And now Rebecca, same thing. She's got a man in her kitchen cooking. A man cooking in the kitchen. Motherfucker, what a dream. A good looking man with awesome tattoos, Roxy says. Looking good, ought to be in Hollywood, right there. Dream come true. Does she deserve it? Of course. Will she take it? Will she accept it? Will she do that? Choice. We can't do shit about it. We try to convince them. We only convince what? We're only convincing what she already knows, but can't choose, and we can't choose. So you might as well stop convincing. Let gods be gods. You're not there to save them. You're there to allow them to see the pure nakedness of themselves. And if you get a vibration of unconditional love, in other words, neutrality, and not go into the compassion and try to help them, save them, let them fucking figure it out themselves. That's the most opportune self of undistorted vibration available in the now. And they have all in them, in that now, vibrationally, to understand every single fucking moment. And to choose the joy, to choose the bliss. So the vibration of, let's say, a bill is due, the rent's due, the rent's due, the rent is due, and it's this black vibration, it's this black thought, because you deem it as black, right? Okay, so as soon as you consider this, ready? I'm going to give you an idea of how your mind works and you don't know it. Rent is no big deal. But how many times have you used rent as a construct of a limitation? A must. Oh, fuck, the rent's due. Well, I can't because the rent's due. Shit, the rent's due. You see it? As soon as you do it, you add the vibration of a meaning into your vibration, into the meaning of it. You added into it your emotional self. The rent's due. How do you feel? What's your relationship? Is it an obligation? Is it a must? Is it what you think? That's what comes into your now as pinpointed, as a higher focal vibration. That's why you feel certain ways in certain nows, because you said in the past the rent means this. Guys, listen. The fucking rent money's going to be there on the day it needs to be paid. If it's not, wait for the goddamn miracle, because it ain't going to be the other way around. If you guys think that, then you enhance the blackness, the darkness. You have to play out every now to let God in vibrationally. If it's all a vibrational world, which it is, you have the belief system to enact upon that and allow that. Through the allowability of the now, other vibrations are presently known. Therefore, field of operation becomes more tangible, more usable, more expansive. In other words, your worthiness framework allows more shit in, yummy stuff. So then this idea that all, can you guys hear me? Okay. It may have been yours, baby. So that construct of this idea, vibration, brings into your nows everything encompassed in that vibration in the now and gives you your world. The rent's going to be paid on the day it's due. If it's not, I'm going to repeat this. If it's not, wait for the miracle. The framework cannot expand until the controller of the framework vibrationally, with everything that's taught, that's brought into the unknown now and made known through the histories of yourself, of valued important vibrations to be present in every one of your nows, you will get the result of that. So you're going to challenge yourself to let go of vibrations. That's your triggers. That's Jennifer's fucking gripes. You have to have those because they're there automatically because of the work you're doing. That's why it's an effortless journey. Effortless journey. Effortless journey. Effortless. That blackness stays black because you deemed it the rent, the mortgage, We have a mortgage today. I've got kids to feed. What? You're a fucking God or not? If you are, then be one. And don't claim your limitations of excuses with time. Now, that's what you need to start noticing you keep doing. The rent's due today. Talk about it yesterday, you're fucking your nows. Talk about it last week, you're enhancing your limitations. Every single thing that you bring in historically brings in everything that you've experienced about that into the now. The only thing you're noticing is what you valued it as. But there's a whole bunch of shit attached to it. It's got vibrations galore. Because there's time involved, and that brings up another 10 set of limitations, another 10 sets of historical context. All these vibrations are in your now, just a swirling in this big tornado. That's why Xanax is so powerful. So you guys can just stop feeling. Because you've deemed an idea that you have to handle this shit. It's choice. This is why you drink. This is why you take drugs. This is why you escape. Because you're getting what's always there. And the more you wake up, the more you allow, the more you allow, the more you allow, and not define, mastery of not defining, allowing. The more you do that, the more vibration is going to be known. The more thicker, colorful, joyful, filled with vibrational smells of fucking life that you've never seen is going to be present to your awareness. But watch your triggers. Watch what happens. Watch what you'll do. You'll start to question. You start to define. You start to wonder. You start to ask. That's the habit you need to see. And all you have to do is allow it. You accept it into your heart and you allow it, and then it takes care. It takes care of itself. It takes care of itself. It takes care of itself. Automatically. All you have to do is allow everything in, because for fuck's sakes, you're not a half-ass God. You're a whole God. That means every constitutional vibration in existence is encouched within your awareness. Therefore, you are aware of all that is. Wouldn't it be joyful that you have the ability to choose an idea of your joy? And down here, you guys been trying to choose your joy, and you get the bunk. You get this, and you're asking why. Wouldn't it be wonderful you can always choose your joy? Okay, here's the news. Every choice that you've always chosen has been joy. Now you're seeing the filters in their bliss. Everything has been perfect bliss. The pain is love. The glory is love. Everything is vibrational love. But you put these monster filters on them because that's what everyone said through generations. You guys are looking at yourselves like now. You came into a world, everyone does this, everyone has this point that wakes up, everyone that gets to this awareness of you. There's not many of them, but you all have this thing. Did I really choose it to be this? Is it really this hard? Yes. It is this intricate, this difficult, this hard, this thick. It's billions of years. But here's the gift. All of you can stop and walk the fuck away right now and have a life better than ever you could have ever achieved from this point forward, period. See, that's your choices, guys. You're not here because. You're here because. Everything you did got you to this point. You did it for you. You didn't do it for humanity. You didn't do it for the construct of tearing down the limitations. You just came to take a ride, and you found that you are deserving of the ride. Now make it your own. But you have to see the vibrations. No more fears. You have to see the vibrations that cause fears. You have to see why it causes you to hesitate, causes you to wonder. Time, futures, investments, obligations, responsibilities, parents, value systems. Everything you guys are learning is now understood to you as vibration. And that is how you create your reality in awareness, through the vibrational interpretations of value that you were taught. And to shed every single one of them gives you an experience that is unmeasurable, literally, because there's no more filters to measure the unmeasurable. You are home. Simple. More coffee. Yes. So if I'm walking down the street and I have a thought that pops into my mind, and that thought is go over across the street to that store, what is the immediacy of the thoughts in all of your heads? Rhetorical question. What is the immediacy of the thought right now that your mind is questioning about the reasons why you need to go across the street? Did any of you picture the store? Did any of you see the street? Did all of these scenarios see? Everything is in your mind. It's never in the physical reality. The physical reality is electronical impulses of light translated to a physical idea receptor that changes things into imagery, sound, tone, and vibrational feedback called your brain. And it does that for you every day. So the physical world, of course, is not. So the store across the street is in the downtown area, and it's one of those stores or buildings that are put together, and it's got a glass, it's got yellow writing on it. So now that's enough. So now everyone is there in their own beautiful way, and you're across the street, and you get this thought, go in that store. Because that's potential. That's vibration of potential. There's something there. But the hesitation says, why do I need to cross the street? What's there for me? What's the outcome? That's not you, guys. That's not you. That's the fractal filters that questions the action of the self-worth. That is you hesitating to take action on what's available for you to explore. As soon as you ask why, what's it going to do? How's it going to play out? But what if there? And this is going to be that. And what if it's this and that? And as you are walking across the street, and you're having the bravery to do that, to take a chance to see what's in the unknown, the more you question the unknown, listen very closely, the more you question and do that, and it's going to be this, it might be that, let's go and see it. Everything that you keep adding to that changes the fucking store. It's not the same store by the time you get across the street. It's not the same world. Every now changes every world. And the more you question your world, the more you wonder about the world, the more you keep it the fucking same. Come on, baby. The more you keep it the same. Because the store is the store, and it has this idea. It's a thing that you wanted. And the thing could be a person. It could be a donut. A sugar-raised donut. It could be whatever. It could be the model train, the old one you were missing. The boxcar that said Soo Line, Sooline, from your HO scale train at home. It could be the store. You make it the store. See, it's not a store. It's a vibration. A vibration that matches the idea of your most potential exploration of grace, of worth. And as you are walking in your nows, the more you keep your attention on what the idea outcome is going to be, the more it stays the same. And all of a sudden, that idea of a long lost friend that you just thought about now and again is there. It turns into maybe a Mounds bar. You bring it all the way down to the value of what your vibration is worth. In other words, the vibration is so big, and as you're moving towards it, you diminish it because you won't leave the nows alone. You habitually always construct your nows with the habits of the past. Not your fault. But now your awareness. So I say, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Be now, live, and see what's there. You are God's waiting, always waiting to give yourselves more of the greatest gifts of all. Unmeasurable miracles. We're always trying to give them to you. Here, but you take it and move it all the way up to this, from a brand new fucking car down to a set of steak knives. Perfect analogy, Roxy. That's what you do with your wonderment of the now, your causality, your triggers. They're always taking and changing every now, and it changes the now step by step because you live in time. That's how it works, babies. So by the time you get to somewhere, it's a different somewhere. It is the exact vibrational match of your worth. If you're worth more across the street, to get there, because the mind says, hey, go. And you're worth here, and you're having that. That's why that thought got there. That's why that opportunity was felt by you, because you weren't constructing a pinpointed future in that particular now. So you're walking along being open, and here comes a vibration that can peek through and reach the conscious self, because the conscious self isn't thinking about the goddamn rent. So it's just being open, and it gets its intrigue. Oh, man, I felt like going across the street. But then all of a sudden you're thinking, what's across the street? And as you were going across the street, you take the big tamale and you bring it into an hors d'oeuvre. Maybe a Tortino's pizza roll instead of a full meal. That's what happens. Not your fault. 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 Your mastery. Vibration. Understand, it is in the constant of the now, because it is now. It is vibration. It is everything. It is. So, vibration in the now will be that of which it is, always, until ye, masters of limitation, set abound the limited aspects through the construct of safety, security, outcome, value, worth, everything we've learned. And that changes your nows into such mannerisms. So the minute I think about a now, and let's say that has a fear attached to it, I only notice one thing about the fear. But what's actually present in my now is 100 things that encapsulates that vibration of fear. And my world is that. That's why I'm so blind. I'm blind because I have vibrations that were taught to me to diminish my reality of unknown, beautiful bliss, vibrational nows of everything I'm worth, creation, diminished. Because I'm a God that's scared. I'm a separated God. The less we think, the more our worthiness escapes and confines of our limitation. I would not say it escapes. It's a good thought, but it doesn't escape, because escapism is leaving creation. What it does, it's your worthiness becomes you, your vibration, your world. So the adventurer, okay, the explorer, which we are, has no recourse on action. Doesn't care what step it takes, what direction it goes, because it's a vibrational, round, tiny little idea thought block called a bubble, and it's yours. And everything that's in it will be the vibrational match of you. That is the idea. Not in the perfect harmony of vibration that you guys expect because it's something that's scary. Not that. No, 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 no. It is your value system, your worth, everything you're bringing into it. And people wonder why is this happening to me? Because you're asking why this is happening to me. Because that's the vibration value of yourself. So you get those vibrations in whatever way you perceived your reality in the now. Simple. It was a beautiful hug there, Nikki and Janine. Yes. Did your headphones take a dump? Roxy's asking. Okay. Are they charged up and we need to buy a new set, Roxy asks? Okay. Excellent. Yes. Okay. So you see the beauty of vibration. You are vibrational tacticians, masters. To get to know this, once again, is allowance. Take no action. You guys have been taking action and then having the audacity to claim that you saved your asses. You didn't save shit. You created the reality that was equal to the vibrations that you allowed. There's no causality down here. There's no this to do that or this to prevent that. That's all the mind game of the egoic structure that gives itself value of separation as an identity because it's scared to release control of its life because it thinks it's going to die if it doesn't have some purpose, some meaning, some value, some interaction with creation as an object. And the more you diminish that idea, the more you become yourself, vibrationally seeing, feeling, understanding all of yous, the connections of the now, the prism, reaching feelings, more selves, the interactions and knowing your people around you, your neighbors, your family members at a deeper, intimate level, understanding vibrational from a standpoint, being the meek and sitting back and watching and observing and seeing and understanding vibration, not attaching to the emotional thing that's happening. There's nothing emotionally happening until you deem it as that. What's happening is whatever you choose to happen about the scenario that's already fucking there. Let go of the filters, watch what happens. You get to see the bliss of it, the openness of it, the beauty of it, the non-distortion of it. Everything is those vibrations we discussed yesterday. Bliss up, but it's really not up. It's just the colors. Billions of different ways to experience reality through the vibrational. You guys experience it through what you perceive as joy and pain. That's it. And as long as you construct your reality with the repetition of the physical mind on the constitution of what reality is, will encapsulate the vibrational attachments of emotions to that same idea, construct, belief. Therefore, this is how you feel about life. We're not giving you happiness. Happiness is already. We're giving you the means to see your happiness that's already, that you don't have to earn your way back to. You just got to let go of the goddamn filters that keep you dark. And all of a sudden you realize there's nothing you need to do to give you your freedom, bliss, happiness, joy. It's not earned. It's not given. It's what you are. It's what you are. But it is the less we think, Jennifer. It is, or whoever in the room wrote that. It is the less you think, the more you know. It's so scary. But if all of you thought about it through the constructs of your historical nows, then no one would have been here. But you took the unknown chance that was also available there, and you chose that self of unknown. You measured it. Is it worth it? Is it worth this? Is it doing that? Blah, blah, blah. And then you kept on moving to see in time, investment in time now we're talking, that it's going to be fine. So it gives you permissions to move forward. And the more and more you guys love and allow yourselves to be whatever that you choose to be, the more you see that there's nothing, no scary, no monsters. The only thing that is what you choose it to be. You guys are the masters of pain. Oh, that's a new one. Good one. Go ahead, Grisa.
Oh,
Did you
it's
have?
me.
Oh, hey, Jen.
Yeah. I realized this morning I woke up and I had all these thoughts that started coming in about worrying about things, and I thought, well, whatever triggers are there are going to happen anyway. So why the fuck worry and why the fuck anticipate? And as I was talking to Griza, I realized that the more you anticipate, the more your mind begins to plan, and the less authentic you are in that now when that trigger happens.
Yes.
And the whole kaboot and kabam all happens again. So
it's a snowball effect.
Yeah, exactly. So I just this morning just let go and went, it's gonna fucking happen. So why even worry about it?
The triggers are going to go happen until you guys are no longer triggerable.
Right. So, but
you want them to happen.
Exactly.
Don't question why something is happening. Accept it. And the immediacy of the solution is never given because there's no solution needed because you've accepted reality is. Therefore, it can't be a fucking problem.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm getting to. And the other thing that I do to stop thinking is that I ask myself the question, what do I want to think about? And usually my brain is searching for so much that I get a moment of nothing.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That was just a way to, sometimes you get caught in the, oh, I think my thoughts are thinking me. When I do that, I'm able to just go, okay, drop it.
Yes. Do you guys know when you're thinking?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Do you know when you attach to your thinking?
I feel it now.
What's it feel like?
It feels like you just said, like all the stuff from other pasts or whatever's going on with that subject just comes barreling in.
Yes. What does it feel like, though? Effort?
Like a frenzy.
Yeah. Friction? Chaos?
Yeah.
That's when you notice it, and that's when you don't deploy yourself into it.
Right.
You have to see the two selves right then. You energize the fractal or you observe the fractal. There's that space always until that trigger becomes in harmony with you because it's no longer looking back at you as separate.
Oh, that was good. Can you say that again?
No, it's
okay.
Recorded.
All right.
It's already in you. I'm looking at myself as a separated self. I see a trigger in my reality. I must be looking at reality as separate if I'm triggered. So that tells the conscious self that is on this side of the fence of separation, looking back at myself, the other side of the fence called unconditional love, and rejecting it, separating it, judging it, triggered by it. Because the scenario doesn't fit my constitution of peace, harmony, and happiness, lay rainbows and lollipops, definitions of limitations that would give me a perceived now of happiness. And it's not fitting that, so therefore I'm triggered. That's the self that I need to get out of, turn around, go to the other side of the fence, and look at that separated self that says, welcome home. Because that's your choice to allow it in. Either you're playing the part of the separate, energizing the bunny rabbit, or you're on the other side accepting the bunny rabbit. Come on in. Come on in. Gotcha. Gotcha. Come on in.
And when it doesn't trigger you anymore, it becomes you, and you know that because
it becomes whole.
Right. It becomes
you
whole.
Back home. And it's never the separated vibration. The separated vibration was the filter that you taught this scenario should be. Rent.
Okay.
Food, grocery money, vacation, boyfriends, girlfriends, jobs.
Anything you look at as outside of is a separated thing from the filter, because awareness can't see itself. Awareness is just awareness.
Awareness is awareness. Awareness doesn't see itself. Separation sees itself as an idea of separation, which is awareness of separation, of course.
Great. Thank you.
Got it?
Yep.
So be the self of separation. Understand it. Accept that self. And that self cannot be the one that jumps off the cliff because it's a fucking panic. You see that self going, oh, I want to do this. I'm supposed to prevent. I should go ask for money. I got to do this. Whatever you guys are fearing. Blah, blah, blah. What about all that stuff you take no action on? And that's when you bring that self home. There's nothing to do. Because all the fears you guys have fucking fucked since you got here are not happening. Still. That's why you guys grow old. You shut down the body of love. Your body's going to match the vibration. Age. That's why a lot of you are getting younger. Or at least maintaining your age. It's because you don't give a shit as much anymore about the pain, about the sorrow, about the fears, about the suffering. You're just being a God, unconditional. What do you think you're going to give yourself? A shitty body? Because the construct says you have to get old? You are going to age, maybe 9, 10,000 years. Okay? You guys are still on your knees. You're still sucking milk. If you're not even 100 yet. You can live that long. Of course, you can become whole and take the body with you. You got so many choices. But the only idea here is you have the choice. But your choices cannot be filtered in order to see the potential of your choices. And we're here to take down the filters. We're here to see you that you're the other side. That you're the wholeness, not the separated. What feels limiting, Tremaine? You're muted.
No, just when you was asking Jennifer about what it feels like.
It feels limiting, yes.
Yeah, it
feels
limiting.
Friction.
Friction.
It's
like I know when I'm it's like I know when I'm thinking, as soon as I get caught up in that, I'm just like, right, okay, let's just get back to now.
Yeah. You guys are so familiar with what you were in the idea of the separated, the triggers, the self of separation. You guys know that self intimately now because you've had enough nows of experiential awareness to see that self of separation. Now it just becomes the mastery of choice. And every now a new trigger that is shown to itself is not the causality. It is now the rejoicement of release potential so you can have more fucking miracles. More gods. More holy shits. True dat. That's what they mean when they say cross the bridge when you get to it, because the bridge may never come. In fact, it probably won't unless you give it the energy ahead of time. True. Good. Questions before we zip? I think a good hour of this is good. It kind of sums up vibration. We're going to talk about vibration and different ideas in the future of your now's potential by the class, of course, understanding of itself because of all the seedings you have gotten, because every now changes and every world changes because of your nows of thought. And the more you allow, the more you are growing. No one tells. I remember Roxy said it through Asiphius years ago, a few years in time-wise ago. No one goes and cheers on the mighty oak to grow. It just does it by itself. You guys have been planted. There's nothing you need to do. You are effortless. The more effortless you remain, the more you see that you are the idea. Don't worry, you won't be bored. You'll be experientially bliss. All right. But yeah, I think that's it for right now, Roxanne, right? That's funny, I think I do. Yeah. I think
Thank you so much for today. This is such an
Who's
amazing.
that, Brent?
Yeah, this
Hi,
is such
Brent.
an amazing thing. Hi. This is the most amazing continuation of last night. Thank you very much.
Yes. I agree. Thank you.
This is absolutely incredible. Thank you.
Bringing
so much.
it all back together so you guys can see you have been the cause of your reality. Nothing else. But it's not a cause now. See, everything is approach. It's understanding that you gave yourself filters because you didn't know any better. You know what? Absenteeism. No connection. Can't get mad at that. It's an experience. It's a journey. It's a roller coaster ride. It's choosing to try a new apple. You know? Can you imagine the first person that tried a green apple instead of a red one? They're like, hey, fucking A, it's pretty good. They took a chance. So you guys came into reality separation. No, let's go and see what it's like. And then you're like, fuck. What the hell? No, you guys are good. Excellent masters at this. You guys got this. Yes, you understand vibration. All right. You're welcome all. I'm going to get Roxy back here. We love you, and we'll see you. Tonight's class, speaker, you have a new speaker coming in. Yeah, new speaker coming in. That's potential, high potential. And I'll be around. And if you guys need me, vibrationally, I'm always in the now. Okay, you know my vibration. See, you know the personality that Roxanne translates me as, because that's her interpretation of my vibration. But my vibration has been in the prism with you in enough nows that you know me. So therefore, you go, hey, Attillies, and I'm going to go, hey, what, let's go, what, let's talk, let's interact. And we're going to be goofy together, and we're going to figure things out. We're going to play. So call me in if you want me. Okay? I'll see you in the dreams.
Awesome.
All right. I love you guys. Bring Roxy.